hate when it does.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Women
To a P.
with your girl Marty.
And Taj.
And we back at it again with another one. So shout out to me because last year I couldn't fit this jacket, y'all.
Hey.
You see a wrap. Shout out to the people that's low-key been working on y'all bodies. Not forget, bless you.
Thank you.
I'm not even more so thinking of a summer body or nothing. First of all, I want to be back a certain size for myself, but I'm looking for my birthday. So shit just moving slowly but surely. Because me and Quan's birthday tomorrow, if you really think about it.
Well, we are less than 6 months away.
Very much.
Say what now?
We're less than 6 months away from our birthdays.
Oh, Lord. Thank you.
It's less than...
Why are we talking about y'all birthday?
No, it's 5 months and 22 days away.
It's tomorrow
How do
if
you
you
live with
put
this?
your brain to it.
Sean, how you live
Because
with
once
this?
her birthday is at the beginning of the
only gotta
year,
see
so
Quan
once her
once a week.
birthday over with, I can start claiming my birthday the month. I can't just do it in January. February, I'm good to go. She don't care. When February
I'm
starts,
through
she
with
good.
you.
As
I'm
long
through
as I
with you.
give her January, she good.
I'm through with you. You've been talking about your birthday since the end of January.
I've been
January
talking about my
30th.
birthday since my birthday.
And next year, like, girl, can we finish the day?
Okay, so don't worry, everyone. This year is going to be very simple, so don't look out for any invites.
I thought you were going out of town.
Yeah, I think we're going to do our anniversary and my birthday together, so.
Oh.
No invites, guys. Don't worry. Anywho,
I do my own thing. Celebrate Marty my own way.
okay, like we're going here today. Just be ready, and I'll be like, okay. All right, so let's start it off today. I want to talk about the country in the room, okay? Let's talk about how people have been talking about country music and the topic of
Yes.
country. Now, we all know Beyonce just released a new album, Cowboy Carter. Don't beat me down when I say this. I ain't listened to it yet.
It's bomb. It is
But I
fucking
have
bomb.
listened to songs. I haven't listened. You know how you run through the whole album.
Jolene is my shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Blackbird.
I've heard full versions of songs, but I haven't clicked on the album and ran it all the way
listen
through
to the
yet.
whole thing.
I definitely go give it to it because I feel like she did her ones and twos on this.
She definitely did.
It's definitely been a controversial conversation with other races saying that the country music isn't for black folks.
We invented
Now,
it.
not everyone feels this way, of course, but I have seen some nasty videos in regards to people and how people feel to the genre being shared. When we talk about
We share ours.
hold on, let's talk about sharing,
Thank
okay?
you.
If we know anything about music or the history of it, which I had to learn in media broadcasting school to a certain degree, because I was focused on radio, but I did have to do some essays about music. The sound of country actually came from slaves harmonizing while they were picking cotton. Yeah, because the one girl said something about we need to go back to picking cotton versus. So this for you, and it was actually hillbilly music that they called it, and country took over hillbilly music. So it was actually black hillbillies. So let that sink in.
Same thing with rock, y'all. Y'all think Elvis did that? He did.
Exactly.
It was us. Just saying.
Anywho, let's watch this clip because I want to really talk about it.
It's gonna annoy me, ain't it?
Like Beyonce's album. If you're in the
I'm
Beehive
already
scroll,
into
this is
it.
just my opinion. No one has to get mad because music is subjective.
I want to talk about how this video relates to both Taylor Swift and James Carville. So a couple months ago, I was having a conversation with a family friend. We were talking about Taylor Swift. She was telling me she got to see her last summer in concert. I was like, that sounds really cool. I heard it was an amazing tour. She was like, it's the most incredible experience I've ever had. Having a conversation about it. And then she asked me, do you like Taylor Swift? And I said that she's definitely talented. I like some of her music, but I'm more of a Beyonce fan. And she immediately flipped a switch. She was like, I hate when people do that, especially women. Why does there always have to be like this comparison between the two?
You
Why does
did it
everybody always have to
yourself.
bring that up?
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you, the reason that I always say that is because of that reaction right there, because of the response she gave me. And it actually has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. I don't know her. It has to do with the way that white women in particular interact with Taylor Swift. The way that y'all make it like she's beyond reproach. That you defend her no matter what. Well, she does carbon offsetting. Well, she gave bonuses to everybody that was on her tour. Well, she's just an artist who wants to make music. Why does she have to speak on all these political issues? The level to which y'all demand grace be given to Taylor Swift is never afforded to black women.
Thank you.
You know, at the end of the day, Taylor Swift is still a straight white woman, billionaire, living in the richest and most powerful superpower on the entire planet. And that inherently comes with its own set of privileges. And it's privileges a lot of white women have a hard time coming to terms with. And this is where it starts to apply to more than just music and where James Carville comes into the conversation. So if you're unaware, last week, James Carville, who's a Democratic strategist, he helped to get Bill Clinton elected in 92, opened his mouth and decided to let everyone know he thinks the reason that minority men are leaving the Democratic Party, black men, Hispanic or Latino men, that they are choosing to leave the Democratic Party because there's too many, quote, preachy females coming out of the Democratic Party. It's got too much of a feminine voice. And then when given the opportunity later on to clarify that position, to apologize, to do anything at all, he chose to double down by saying that he keeps hearing how women, and in particular women of color, will decide this next election. And that's interesting because 48% of the voting electorate are men. What are we doing to consider their opinion? And this is where those privileges and uncomfortable conversations I was talking about earlier start to come into play. Because this starts to get a little tricky for white women. Because we oftentimes want to separate our whiteness from being a woman. We don't get to do that. The same way, black women don't get to separate being black from being a woman.
Thank you.
Or indigenous
especially
from being
in
a
hospitals.
woman. AAPI, Hispanic and Latina. They experience them at the same time. This is where understanding that white women interact with that statement differently than women of color do. It is understanding that while both Beyonce and Taylor Swift may be billionaires, they experience it differently. It is understanding the difference between James Carville's first statement saying that the Democratic Party has too much of a feminine voice, and in the second statement, making sure to point out women of color in particular. It is recognizing that an album maybe you don't necessarily like is having massive impacts in ways that don't affect you because you don't experience them. Not even just, I don't understand them. You need to understand them. You need to understand how certain people interact with this shit differently because you don't experience it. This is where intersectional feminism comes into play and how it applies to the things we say we want. Whether it be autonomy over our own bodies, financial freedom, freedom from the patriarchy, overall liberation. These things aren't experienced as like a monolith. It is understanding that we as white women experience things differently than other women do. Because we walk through the world differently than other women do.
That's why we coined the phrase white women tears are more effective than anybody else.
We experience these systems differently than other women do and applying that to the real world. It is understanding that white women take this attitude and energy and apply it to every other interaction and aspect in their lives, whether or not you voted for Donald Trump. So until white women start embracing intersectional feminism, nothing's going to change. Because the point wasn't really about whether or not you liked Beyonce's album. It was the way you went about it. And I hope that this laid it out in a way that helps you to better understand why a lot of people were upset with that take.
I really gotta say nothing. My girl said it. So she touched on...
I don't know her name, but 2025, that's my president.
She touched on not only the album, but she touched on why people are reacting the way that they are with certain things regarding the album and other things. This lady went ham. And it was like under 2 minutes. She just didn't stop.
Yeah, 120 seconds. This is what I got for you.
This is what I got for you. But I gotta respect that because a lot of people in the comments, they were basically saying, I love when someone's in a position and they understand their privilege. That is the best way to put that because she's in the position that she's speaking on. She's not talking about something that she's not experiencing.
She may not be well off, but she understands that her skin tone is always going to give her an elevated privilege over most women.
Exactly. So gotta respect her. But like I said, I just feel like Beyonce, she's always had some country in her. And look at her videos from back then till now.
We've been asking for this album for years.
And now that we got it, it's like,
y'all upset about it.
You're not country.
She literally has been working on this country album for years, and people have been asking her to do because she's from Texas. So why wouldn't she do something that's from her home state that is centered around music? And it's fucking Beyonce.
Exactly.
Like, that's all that when you tie all three of those things together, that's what makes sense the most, right? She's from Texas. That's nothing but country music. And it's fucking Beyonce. Why wouldn't she go and seek out that genre? I don't understand why people are so upset about it, right? When Kanye got on that stage and defended Beyonce because she didn't win a Grammy, even though she should have, and she shit on Taylor Swift, everybody was in uproar. But now the roles are reversed and Beyonce put out a country album, y'all all in y'all feelings. That shit don't make no sense to me. Like, let that woman have her moment. And
let her do
she
her
ranks
thing.
#1 on the billboards right now for the #1 country album. Give that woman her props and her respects, because what we gonna do as fans, and I'm not even a Beyonce fan, you know that for a fact. I do not like Beyonce, at least not to the degree all of y'all do.
I'm not in a beehive, but I'm definitely
not
a
in
fan.
no hive. I don't partake like
For
that. Her
sure,
last
yeah.
couple albums, I probably heard a song or two, but this one, I'm a country girl. Like, I'm from South Bend, Indiana. This hit me like 20 times harder than any other album she could have possibly done, because I am from a small town and it is hard to get out of that small town. And hearing music that is so relatable to where I'm from, that meant something to me.
And a lot of people feel the same way. They finally have, and don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of black country artists around, but this is Beyonce that we're talking about.
And she
tapping
opened the door
into
for
her
so
country,
many other
You
young
see all these
up-and-coming
people that's
black
on
women.
the album. Like,
All
it's so many
Tanner,
new
the
people
girl
on the
that
album.
did Buckle Bunny, all of these young, talented black country
That's getting
singers that we probably
exposed.
would have never heard of, that are now have that exposure now. And it's not just her, it's not just the females that are coming out. We've seen a lot of different black artists or black men artists coming out and doing country music,
Exactly.
because their voices have never really been heard. So I'm grateful to Beyonce. If anything, she opened the doors for other people to do other things. And this should also, to just people in general, this should expand your horizon, right? Think outside the box. Don't think that just because you're a black man, you can only do rap music, or just because you're a white boy, you can only do country music. Like, you should be open and free to do whatever genre or participate in anything, no matter what your skin tone is, right? I don't see how folks are upset that black folks are now tapping into the country music, because we've been doing that and it's built off of our back, just to say. But we don't say shit when Eminem comes out, or Logic, or what's I can't think of his name, G-Eazy. We don't say nothing about them, right? And they music go hard. I ain't got nothing against them. I love their music. But we don't disrespect them. We don't boo them out the genre. We hype them up.
Facts.
We participate.
I didn't even know
Black
John
folks
B
play their
was
music all the
white
time.
this whole time. I didn't know John B
you
was
mean,
black until
I love Logic.
what? John B?
Jewish or not.
No,
I love
you
Logic.
guys might, but there's a lot of black people that hate on Eminem and Logic for being
I grew up on his
doing what they
music.
did, especially when Eminem first came out. Like, it was
Yeah,
terrible.
he first came
But no,
out.
I
this
mean, we
is my
see it
thing.
right now in
I didn't even
women's
know
college
John B
basketball
was
with Caitlin Clark.
white
Like, they're
until like 5 years ago.
do what?
I didn't know John B was white until I started doing karaoke on YouTube. I was like,
Oh, we knew that.
But
I mean,
because you old.
Well, because I had a John B haircut too.
I want to see this.
I mean, yeah,
But
I want a
anyways,
photo
I
immediately.
feel like I agree. I just feel like a lot of people probably do disagree, but
Any
that's why
white
I'm
boy
saying
with flavor back then was
2024,
called
different
John B.
it's more
strokes for different
acceptable.
folks.
What I'm saying is, it's more acceptable for anybody to step into what would be considered a black genre versus us stepping into what would be considered a white genre. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's way easier for a white man to
It's
decide to rap.
easier.
I literally
Yeah,
played
it's
a young white boy last week that could
Lil
rap.
Wayne went hard in the rock genre though. He killed through his rock song. So
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, the Run DMC was the first group to ever cross over like that too in the rock genre. With
Vanilla
Yeah,
Ice.
so-
Wasn't it Vanilla Ice?
and that's what I feel like. I feel like if you do it
Don't ever
well,
say
it shouldn't matter. If you
Yeah.
coming over doing bullshit, that's a problem.
Yeah, we gonna send you out
But
your
if
way.
you do it well, it'd be different if she got on there toeing her boots, not saying shit. She was actually speaking and got nice lyrics to it.
But
so
even if she wasn't saying anything, it was just fun music. Like,
Still
who cares?
Beyonce,
It's still
yeah.
like
People
Oh,
gonna
and
fuck
speaking
with
of
it's still
that,
the art she wanted to speak on.
Let's touch on that for a minute, because someone made a great point when I was watching a video the other day. They was talking about how our generation, our older generation now, are saying like it's a lot of mumbo jumbo rappers and stuff nowadays.
There is.
But listen, we was damn sure shaking that Laffy Taffy and doing the Soldier Boy and all that. That don't shake the donkey. What is it? Don't drop that. All that shit we was listening to was. But this is what I said. That's why these rappers need to separate themselves. There's rappers that's lyric.
There's lyricists,
But
and then
they're
there's rappers.
But I feel like the other people like Sexy Red and Ice Spice and all those are hip hop artists to me. Those aren't rappers.
I give you that, because I don't know what else to call them.
Because
Yeah, I
like
give you
J.
that.
J. Cole, Kendrick,
That's a
those
lyricist.
are rappers though. That's how
I would even
feel.
call them a rapper. I would call them lyricists.
But they will be under a genre. If you giving genres, that is a rapper. And I feel like these people are
yeah, Sexy Red and
hip-hop
them, yeah,
artists.
y'all. hip hop, and I wouldn't even put artists on it. They in the hip hop genre.
They're under
because artists can't be attached because ain't no lyrics.
People just
and
rapping.
For it to be real artistry, you need to have real lyrics.
Rapping.
Yeah, some people are just rapping.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we could call them rappers. And
that's what I'm saying. But how you go call them rappers if it sound like not rapping?
Yeah.
If you can't listen to what they saying,
I would say call them rappers and call lyricists artists.
But lyrical is not a genre. You can't type in. You gotta type in rap.
But I'm not gonna call Sexy Red no hip hop artist because she's not an artist. There's no lyricism to it.
But if
it's
she
just
have to go underneath
noise.
so if Kendrick Lamar have to be under the rap category,
I'm gonna call him an artist.
No, but I'm saying if he has to be under the rap category as far as genre, she making music. Which genre would you put her under? Hip hop.
Yeah.
But you
definitely.
just wouldn't say hip hop artist.
Yeah.
She would just be hip hop genre. That's
she could be under hip hop. We're gonna put J. Cole and the rest of them under rap. It's just
but I feel like it made
two.
sense because we was bopping to some bullshit too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lean with it, rock with it. Come on now. Wasn't shit in that song, but lean with it, rock with it.
What else you got for?
All right, so all of my segments today are about shitty ass parents. So let's start with the first group of shitty ass parents. Hold on, let me pull this out. Okay, so my first story is about a Texas nurse who was arrested after videos were found on her husband's phone of her having sex with her Great Dane. That's right, folks, her dog. William Mitchell Keene was caught following children, which is her husband, which was following around. He was following around children in a Texas supermarket and touching himself. When police confronted him, confiscated his phone, they found disturbing videos of his wife engaging in multiple sex acts with their family dogs, with an S. Police said that there were dozens of disturbing videos and photos on the phone. Mind you, they also have children. Police raided the Keene and his wife's home, taking their 18 and 10-year-old children and their 3 dogs away. They're currently being charged with bestiality, and Mitchell being charged with possessing child pornography and then some. Here's the clip.
That this all came to light. Meet the Keenes. This spring couple now looking at prison time, charged with felonies after investigators say they discovered the two had been engaging in lewd and illegal acts. It all starts here at this HEB on Rayford Road, where officials with the Montgomery County Precinct 3 Constable's Office say they were dispatched back on March 13. They say William Keene was following kids around inside the supermarket as he exposed and touched his genitals. During the course of the investigation, officials say they seized William Keene's phone and found not only child pornography, but also evidence of bestiality involving his wife. They say they found video of Jolie King having sex with the couple's Great Dane dog. Today, they were both arrested at their home in the Harmony subdivision nearby. Officials say they were not only able to rescue that abused Great Dane, but also 2 other dogs from the couple's home, and say that they've prevented them from further sexual exploitation. Now, at last check, the couple was still inside of the Montgomery County Jail. Jolie King charged with bestiality and William King charged with indecency with a child by exposure and possession of child pornography. Officials are asking any other potential witnesses out there to come forward.
So the husband definitely going away for a while. I don't know how it goes when people out here fornicating with their animals, but hopefully she gets the help she needs. I just feel bad for the kids in this situation because don't know what kind of...
That's super illegal.
Yeah,
she can go to jail for a very long time.
I hope she does because she clearly needs help. But what I'm concerned with is like the 2 children that they had in their household. What?
I mean, he was hitting it for how long?
It's how they said it too. Like they rescued him from this abuse. Like they rescued the dog.
This motherfucker said that dog gonna be lonely as hell.
He gonna be out here humping everything.
Oh my God.
Miss my coochie.
He got real coochie, dude. He gonna be telling other dogs like, y'all ain't never had none of that.
There was all these memes and stuff of like half dog, half humans and shit. It was funny as fuck.
Wow.
That's so sick.
I feel bad for the babies though. Can you imagine like what kind of torment and weird shit that was going on in that household?
Yeah.
Because ain't no way that y'all was acting like regular parents all damn day long. He out here diddling himself in grocery stores and shit, following kids around. So y'all got 2 kids at home. You telling me he didn't...
Yeah, right.
There was nothing going on there. I'm sorry. I feel more bad for these kids that have to deal with this shit.
He was peeping on his daughter first, then he took it out the house. It ain't no way. That's just nasty.
It's nasty.
And then he got you caught up. Cause they went through his phone.
It didn't even have nothing to do with you. Do you see what I'm saying?
And found the videos of you recording you fuck the dogs. He said, "Oh no, I don't want to do it to no dog. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and do this." I was just
confused how you even get to that point in your life where that was even an option. Like you was just looking at the dog was looking at you, and you was just like, "Well, why not?" This is
about to sound so disgusting. That little pink thing looks so fucking nasty, bro.
It's the little pink thing for me.
Oh my God.
Like, what was you doing? How was this? I don't even want to know. Don't even break it down for me, but why?
You better off just going to go fuck a bum, a homeless person.
What killed me is like they identified her as a nurse. For like, y'all didn't even need to put that information out there. Like, y'all, she made nurses look bad universally. Like, what are y'all doing behind closed doors? That's not
cheating. Please believe me.
Can you imagine she come home, he outside with another Great Dane? What kind of situation would go down? You gonna throw a pause with another
What
dog?
if they was like animal fosters? Oh, what if the dog came straight from the street? She like, in order for you to stay, you gotta lay.
Gotta give you a little piece of ass.
She's a one nasty bee.
She was like, I like a doggy style.
Oh my God, I gotta go home and get my dog a hug. They out here raping dogs.
Don't hug him too tight.
Hell nah, he know not to hug me. I'll punch him in the butt. He ain't gonna have no kids.
He must start the story like, yo, I heard what you humans do.
Fuck with me, I'm a... He know not to help his mama.
Yeah, that's a sick ass shit. And I really hope that they both
No,
get
but I'm
charged.
saying, you know how they kids be getting raped? You be like, let me hug my kids. Like, my dog, they out here raping dogs. Graping.
3 of them. It was 3 dogs.
3.
You know it wasn't just that Great Dane she was throwing down
that
with. The Great Dane wasn't in the mood. She slide over there with the poodle.
If you a fucking dog, you literally would do anything. Like anything.
Is that the universal law?
Hell yeah. You would do anything. She would eat shit. She don't care.
I couldn't imagine.
Ooh.
What, fucking a dog?
Just even sit like walking in and your wife's just like,
I would monkey duck my wife for fucking a dog.
But clearly they both didn't find either. Y'all married and y'all didn't find each other attractive.
I mean, they were probably they started off doing other stuff to get to that.
I'm telling you. I feel bad for them kids. I think once the story really unfolds,
they went
if
from
they get
being
the testimony from the
swingers
kids,
to going like
that's the
rubbing turtles against his balls, all kinds of weird ass shit. I'm sure.
Anyways, question.
Answer.
In a relationship, what do women bring to the table?
We doing this again.
No, you ain't doing nothing.
I don't know.
You ain't gotta answer. Let this lady answer. Let her answer.
I'm sure it's gonna be some bullshit.
Oh no! It's actually gonna be.
Is it well thought?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well thought out. I love her answer.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm tired of this question. I'm tired of men answering this.
Y'all probably really just don't know exactly what a woman brings. Get your pens and paper. Let's talk about the purpose of a table. I'm talking to you, love, with all the beautiful hair.
You said what they need a table
right.
for? Like,
you sit down and eat at it, right? You have you gather at this table. Let's say I'm your woman, hypothetically. Everyone sitting at this table, either one came in me or came out of me. We can agree on that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the purpose for even having the table. Everybody at this table is nurtured, cared for, looked after by me. If I deem you worthy enough to even extend your legacy, which means give you children, consider that an honor and a privilege, because parts of me have to die to give you life. There are things in my body that will never be the same after bearing children for you. And you're telling me at the very least, you don't want to take care of me?
Nah, I can't.
All right, cool.
It takes two. Because without me, it could be no family. A family is a family. Like, if you renting, you need 3 times the rent.
Don't worry about it. She about to come back.
Please, because he already sounded stupid.
You're supposed to be able to, all right, well, here, this and that. If I'm struggling, all right, if I can't get it, all right, I'm going to need you to get that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, so
it's something wrong with that, baby. It's something. In order for any family to sustain, there has to be balance. You're talking about this 50-50 stuff as if it really exists. If I have to get out of my bed to work 8 hours, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, which I do right now, and then I have to still come home and I still have to tend to the children. I have to take care of the home. I have to give you sex. I have to stroke your ego, and I have to restore you from all that you've been through throughout the day. What am I left with for myself? You would never be able to outwork a good woman. You should find a capable woman, but you do not want a working woman. When the chips are down, yes, baby, I am capable of rolling up my sleeves and doing what we got to do to get back on our feet, with the notion that once you are stable, you are going to relieve me of that duty, because it is not my job. But if I got to get out of my bed and go work for a man, guess what I'm doing? I'm excuse my language, I'm fucking with two men, because I have to get out of my bed and go appease one at work, do what he tells me to do, follow his orders, get the whatever.
She
I love
murdered
her.
him with that
Me
part.
to come home and
Hold
then
on.
appease you. Oh, and then take care of the kids. Oh, then cook and clean. Oh, then you want some sex.
Oh my God.
You
Because
want
y'all be
all
talking
that
about this.
on me for
I
the
want a
sake
traditional
of making it
woman.
easier on you. If I'm willing to roll back my sleeves and work two jobs, which I'm doing right now, what you think I'm expect you to do? You better be willing to work four. You better be willing to take off your shirt.
That's hard.
If I roll up a sleeve, you better be willing to take off your shirt for me.
Okay, so let's talk about
You
it.
on the wrong day.
I am not, let's be real. I'm not a mom, but I'm married and I have a household. So shit is real, you know, when you talk about it. That's why I said she murdered him with that. Because once kids start getting conceived and we start bearing kids,
nobody don't ever go back to
different.
being the same. Exactly.
So it'd be different. We both married. We don't have kids, and we just doing our careers. That's a whole different ballgame. We're not talking about that. We talking about when we start getting a household. I start bearing your kids, and like she said, you want me to go to work, come home, cook, clean, tend to the kids, and then stroke your ego. I'm left with nothing. Who's stroking my ego? So it was one guy right after this video, so crazy. This guy, he posted and he said, "My wife will never be a single mother." And as that was the caption, and he's doing stuff. He's doing laundry. He went to go pick up some groceries. He did whatever was on the list. He did the refrigerator. They both working. It's like, that's 50-50. 50-50 is not doing
that's what I'm saying.
the womanly duty, but you're just going to work because you just do one thing and maybe take out the trash and maybe fix something in the house if your ass know how to fix stuff. Other than that, I'm doing everything, because if it's really broken, I'm not gonna wait for you to fucking fix it. I'm gonna YouTube and go fix it my fucking self. Now I gotta fix it, watch the kids. That's a whole nother thing now. Oh, the kids need their hair done. You don't want to pay for it. Now I got to do the hair, watch the kids. That's adding more to the list. And I'm going to keep doing the list over and over again, because the other stuff still ain't go away when I got to do this today. The kids got a boo-boo. The kids got a doctor's appointment. Now I got to take them to the doctor's appointment. Cook, clean, come back. Work and stroke your ego.
Fit that all into my work schedule.
All of that.
And then go home. And then still do a home schedule.
Exactly. While you kicking a bobo with your feet up and dinner ain't ready.
And all you done was a 9-hour shift.
Exactly. If you know today I have one extra thing on my schedule,
what did you
there
do
should
to
be one
that?
last thing you relieve from my schedule. Period, point blank. If I gotta take the kids to the doctor today you should make dinner tonight and wash the clothes tonight. You know, something that I normally do, you can take that off my plate today, because you know I got an extra thing on my schedule. And even if I don't got an extra thing on my schedule, just do something to help me out.
We hear about that 50-50 mentality, but nobody really views, like, everybody talks about relationships, and we said this before on the show, like, everybody talks about wanting to be in a relationship and how relationships should be and the expectations for relationships, but I keep saying this, and I've said it 1,000 times, like, I'm not interested in being in a relationship. I'm interested in being in a partnership. That means whatever I put in, you put in. Exactly. So if I'm willing to cook, you should be willing to cook. If I'm willing to clean, you should be willing to clean. If I'm willing to bear your children, you should be willing to help me with these children. Shut up.
I thought you had to put a shut up kid too.
No, it said help with the children.
Oh, you were going back and forth. Like, if I'm cleaning, you're cleaning. If I'm bearing children, you're bearing children.
Oh, just stop playing.
But that's what I mean. That's a real partnership. When you think of like business mindset, it's like when people go into partnerships, like realistic partnerships, everybody has their responsibilities, but it still wasn't. If I'm slacking on my duties, my partner still has to make sure that things are running on my end. Exactly. So same thing. Like, if you're a business mindset kind of a guy, then you need to also look at your relationships, or however way you want to call it. you need to view that as the same thing.
Exactly.
If just because you go home and you're bringing home majority of the bacon, but you're still requiring your woman to also bring in some kind of income, you should also help keep that household balanced.
Exactly.
Even if there isn't kids. And I also think that's the conversation a lot of people aren't willing to have either. Like if you're just in a domestic situation with somebody and y'all are growing together and the future is kids, y'all need to be figuring out these kinks and stuff now. So that way when the kids get in the picture, it's a lot smoother of a transition. That's one thing, like, no offense to, me and my children's father, but that was something I wish like we would have had a conversation about before we had kids, because I think if we would have, we probably wouldn't have had kids. Like,
because you would have felt like you were going to take over most anyways.
I think certain people's outlook was, I want a traditional woman. I want a woman who can cook, clean, and take care of the home, but then you're not accounting for like life, like just life in general.
You can't provide for a traditional woman.
Yeah, if you can't provide solely for a traditional woman, then you got to look at the situation of like, okay, I'm going to need her to step up and help me pay bills. But if I'm stepping up and I'm helping you pay bills, you also need to step up in the household. And that's where a lot of relationships veer off, is that somebody feels like they're giving too much in it and they're not getting enough back. So that's why I'm strong about, like, I'm really committed to being in a partnership. I'm not really looking to be nobody's girlfriend or, the general terms for those kind of things. Like if it's just to be cute on the internet. You gotta be going
somewhere.
Yeah, if you're just doing it to be cute on the internet, it's not for me. Like I'm interested in building a life with somebody, building a foundation for my future, for my kids too. Like they need stability. Yeah. They need they need somebody concrete in their life that's also going to lead by example. And that's how you create real leaders in the future. Like if you see two people at home looking out for one another, it's going to better your kids. They're going to learn to also not only lead, but also be willing to help out and look out for somebody else in their households. Y'all got to show y'all kids that. Now, that doesn't happen in a lot of Black households. I grew up in a single parent home. Like my mother did it on her own. I didn't know what that looked like. And it translated into my dating life. Like I'm picking guys who just, I look cute on their arm for a couple nights. It really wasn't nothing long term. And then as I gotten older, I'm starting to like, okay, this is okay. Like, I don't mind hanging out with you, but I got responsibilities at home.
Right, it's pros and cons, because you know what you start knowing what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Now, when I say when people say percentages on a relationship, I look at it as if we're 100%. I may not have 50 this week. I might only have 20%. I need you to be willing to step up to put the extra 80 in to give us our 100%, and that's why I love my wife. Shout out to Sean. Vice versa for the both of us. If she only has 20% to give me that week, that day,
that's okay.
I'm gonna balance her out with the other 80%.
And I love that about you too. Like you said that to me before. Like I don't believe in 50-50. I believe in 100. Like
100.
Give 100% of who you are at all times. And I think most people should view relationships to that degree. Like you should never think, if I give half of what I got to this person, they should give me half of what they got. No. You're not fully committed then.
Exactly.
You got to give 100%, because you, like you said, I may not be that 50%. Like I may only be 10 this week.
Right?
I only got a little 10.
And as my partner, I feel like vice versa, you should be able to give me that 90 to make me 100 that week and make me not feel like I'm at 10%. And I feel like that's how the best relationships last, because if you think like that, like if you thinking like, let me give this person all of me. If I fail, we're grown. Shit happens. You feel me? Even me and Sean been together for 10 years. Shit still can fuck up tomorrow. Like you can't tell people what can happen.
But
like
it's how we gonna do it together.
How we gonna handle it. You feel me? Like me and Sean, we talk about so many crazy. We talk about knock on wood, be a homeless, and things that, and we talk about what if we wasn't together? We so used to each other now. We like shit. We'd be roommates around this bitch. We joke around, but it's actually a conversation that we have, because shit get real in the world that we live in. Shit, one of us can die. Fuck breaking up.
Then what? Yeah.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Like you hear a lot of these,
you dependent,
a lot of
but you
men,
gotta know how to
I feel like you hear like that mindset of like, well, if my chips, don't come through, you should have to come and roll up your sleeves and look out for me and this, that, and the third. But it's like, y'all don't do that consistently within the relationship to begin with. So what are we even really talking about? Like y'all looking for women to ride or die, but y'all not willing to ride or die before the dying part. Like, or at least ride for me right now. That's all I'm asking for is a real commitment. And nobody's really interested in real long-term commitment. Everybody seems to think like that, if I get with you, you have to give me your all. And I can give you what I got.
I can see what I got. No, and this one guy, I seen him saying, he was saying how how men will not even, let's say not men, it's not a gender, how people will take away like small percentages. For instance, when you first meet somebody, they're at 100% for you. They're flowers and dinner and lunch and making you feel good, texts, then they take away 10%. You don't notice because they only at 90 now.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was,
yeah, then they take away another, and then when they down to like 10, you're panicking. They give you an extra 10%. You think they doing good because it's
5.
only 20,
yep.
but they're still only at 20. But you think it's better because it's better than 10. That stood out to me because it was a man saying that, and he was like, "No, ladies, on some real shit."
That's how men game up most women. Like, I'm gonna give you a full 100. You might get that for a couple months, and then like, if I'm really not vibing with you, or I really can't see you in my future, I'm gonna give you less and less.
But I still want to be around you. I still want to breathe your air. I still want to be in your circle.
And a lot of women don't check in on that. A lot of women don't value themselves enough to go, "This ain't working for me. This ain't enough for me," and just move on with their life.
This ain't that same 100% that you was giving me
Instead,
3 months
now
ago.
you begging for a 10% instead of being like, this man not willing to give me that full 100 that he was giving me at the beginning. You got to learn to walk away.
And the 10% probably the dick.
And it probably ain't even all that great.
Like,
some of y'all got mediocre penis. It's not worth it. It's not worth the 10%. Like, now I'm just in your face because I'm lonely. Just call it what it is. I'm lonely.
Get a Great Dane.
Not me in particular.
Oh,
shut up.
I'm just saying, get a Great Dane if.
To get some wang wang.
God.
Oh,
don't be out here fucking no dogs.
Please don't fuck no dogs.
Next video I got, his mother is going viral for twerking on her children in a bathroom. Here is the clip.
These mothers.
Hey, what you doing?
Oh, what a piss.
Oh, keep watching, friend. Keep watching, friend.
Put on that, Bubba. Hold up. You get that lotion.
Oh.
Wow, yeah. Hey, bow.
And they all boys.
Hey, what you doing?
So the internet, of course, tore her up from limb to limb. And read the comments. I'm gonna send the link to you. Read the comments. They was going in, but I think this is a product of young. Like, she looks extremely young, right? She probably had them kids even younger because she looks like her early 20s. So God only knows when she started producing children, if those are even all her kids. She could be watching them for somebody, so on and so forth. But I think it's that young mindset. You got people like Sexy Red all over the internet pulling up to schools, and she's coming in, like, you heard her getting kicked out of a school for coming in smelling like weed, dressing like a stripper. Like, regardless of how you're portrayed online, there's a time and a place for that, right?
Yeah.
And in front of, like, they look like 8, 9. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
look
what Lotto, she did this back to school giveaway. She was fully dressed.
Fully
at that
dressed.
thing.
Like, you gotta show these kids something better. But I feel like she's a product of her own environment. So this is something somebody else showed her. This is something that her mama probably did that she thought was funny.
I could not be her friend,
I couldn't be your friend because the internet was chewing her the fuck up. Like, what is wrong with you? You're in a thong in front of 9 and 7-year-olds. Like, what the fuck is? But they're obviously used to that lifestyle because no telling what kind of lifestyle they live in. Like, their parents probably do that shit regularly.
If I did that shit in front of any little kid that know me, they would be looking at me like, Miss Smarty, are you okay?
Or I want to tell my mama, like,
are you good today? Because you ain't never did this. We're confused.
In a thong.
Oh my gosh, that is so.
It's that stripper mentality. It's that lifestyle that's just built in and ingrained in certain women, and they can't separate the I'm having fun to I'm a mom, like, or I'm responsible for somebody else's kids. Like, if she's just the babysitter,
I beat her ass.
Oh, you're fired.
That's an ass whooping on top of fire.
You'll never get another job.
For sure. Like, what?
But if one of those kids are hers, you also have to look at it from a situational standpoint. Like, where the fuck are you from that this is okay?
They go, what?
Like, growing up in the hood, anything go down in the hood, but we shouldn't be doing this.
No. Absolutely not. That is very unacceptable. That was clearly not okay. I don't understand. The only young mom that should be in this world with multiple kids is Nara Smith. Cause she's a great mom. I'm sorry. Did you know she was only like 23?
No, I didn't know that.
With 3 kids. Well, she got one on the way. Yeah, she said she started young because her parents said they regretted
big controversy right now.
But she explained herself. Did you see the video? She was like, I don't know why y'all think I'm.
Oh yeah, I saw that. She was like
I'm a
tripping.
Crazy Mormon. I just got into this shit. I'm just learning. I just like to cook. Like, y'all, this is the thing. This what burns me up about her. If y'all don't know her, are bad. But this burned me up about her is people will comment on a video. Say if somebody making a lunch and they putting like snacks in there and stuff that's not healthy or red 40 stuff, they will comment like, why are you feeding your kids this? She makes her
everything fresh and people are just as pissed off.
Then they say, oh, you're starving your kids. They waiting 4 hours to eat.
It's because people don't like the thought of that tread wife lifestyle.
So stupid, right? They just said the same thing
because
in
it's
the
not
same
fathomable for like a realistic mom.
But
right?
how can
for
you
her,
cuss
yes.
me out for putting
for her, yes.
Capri Sun, a Lunchable, and a pack of Gushers in the thing because I'm busy, but then cuss her out for taking her time with her kids.
And we don't know. We don't realistically know when she started. She could have asked her kids that the night before. They'd be like, "We want cereal." She could have started that shit at like 4 o'clock in the morning. We don't know.
Why wouldn't I say that to get clicks and views? She getting 4 million views on each video.
I think for her lifestyle, it makes sense. I think people are jealous because how do you have the time?
Oh, and her man is fine.
How do you have the time?
For a white boy?
But how do you have the time? Like, how do you?
Sorry, Quan. Second plan.
I think people are more upset about like how it looks foundationally.
No, you said for a white boy.
Oh, because white people normally look alike. Sorry.
And so the song of the week.
That's racist. No, I'm just playing. But he is a cutie patootie. But both of them together is just beautiful, though. Because she's very beautiful too.
Babies.
So she explained everything as far as her being a model and all that. So I was like, that was pretty dope.
She said she ain't got nothing but time, so this is what she do. And I'm like, I don't have nothing wrong with it. I think people are just weirded out by the lifestyle.
Well, that too. I'm sorry, I'm not saying no, but she had really bad eczema. She said that's why she switched up her whole eating habit and started making stuff from scratch because all the ingredients and foods that she would buy would break her out really bad. She was like, so don't be amazed. Like I do this to help not only myself but my family loves it too. So why not? I'm at home off of
I mean, she was getting shit on because she was cooking all the time, and then people was like, well, your husband doesn't help. So then she posted a video of him cooking, and then people had an issue with that. It's like, girl, like, I'm not here to appease everybody.
Okay.
But they're, like I said, people are offended by that traditional lifestyle like that.
They haters.
Basically, and that's how I see it. Like, I don't got time for that shit. They want some Cheerios, some Fruit Loops, baby. That's what we doing.
They better get some Cheerios. She gonna make that shit in the up.
I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it.
I'm sorry, I'm not making nan fucking thing she watched, but I watch every video that comes up on my videos from the like, beginning I wish I had to the end. I wish I had like, oh, this look real good.
And even if I had the time, I'm still not doing that shit. No.
She make all her bread, cereal, Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels. She make everything from scratch, and her husband he can cook really good too. Like she was like, he always make the steak, and he always wash the dishes when I cook. I was like, girl, you better check them in the comments.
She's like, I ain't coming for me and my lifestyle.
Okay.
So the song of the week this week is called Heaven Bound by Alex Jean. Make sure y'all check him out. His ad is @meaningalex. My bad.
And you see how I'm bringing a message. Tried to take me out straight through the back door, but I promise I'm still getting checked in. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End. But you see I'm still going through things. Right after my show, I buried my best friend. Had to carry the casket, I never thought it would happen. I cried, it really was tragic. Besides repairing the damage, I know that you back with the king. I'm holding it down, I'm keeping it G. Hope that you resting in peace. And you see how I'm bringing a message. Tried to take me out straight through the back door, but I promise I'm still getting checked in. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End. Grabbing a rope and I'm moving aggressive. I know me, I'ma turn up the heat. Can't be down if you down for whatever. And you ain't gotta beef on the streets, authentic. Can't be me, ever. And I see that they mad, anger, crazy. Back on the scene, baby. Move like a king forever. You ever try me, you in danger. You ever talk down, you a hater. I've been up and nobody could change it. That's why I've been walking in favor. I know that on the start of the world. That's how I came in with the flavor. I'm bringing the heat, you chasing the bag. I ain't even gotta ask for paper. And you see how I'm bringing a message. Tried to take me out straight through the back door, but I promise I'm still getting checked in. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End. And gotta say it again. Ain't gotta fake it again. I only listen to God, he gon' tell me the truth so I know who I am. Faith is staying the same. It don't matter what change in advance. How you think is who you are. So don't let them take that again. And you see how I'm bringing the message. Tried to take me out straight through the back door, but I promise I'm still getting checked in. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End. And you see how I'm bringing the message. Tried to take me out straight through the back door, but I promise I'm still getting checked in. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End.
Didn't it? Oh, my bad. That is Alex Jean. Again, his ad is Meaning Alex. That's the gospel Pop Smoke. I fucks with his music.
We are going out to eat next week. And send any donations to $ 2 Women to Opinion on Cash App. We ain't got shit on that Cash App.
I got one more story for y'all, and it's about a lesbian couple who had broken up and decided that, well, before they broke up, they decided to have a baby. They had the baby. And then one of the women decided that she no longer wanted to be a part of the little family that they had created. So the other woman who is raising the child says she feels that the sperm donor should contribute as far as child support. Here is the clip.
Sperm donors have to pay child support. Back in 2018, I was artificially inseminated because I'm a lesbian and I wanted kids, right? So me and my girlfriend decided that we were going to go find a donor and
you
have kids that way. When we broke up, she said that she had no legal obligation to this child and she didn't want to be the parent anymore. Of course, I was like, whatever, that's fine. Just give me, some child support. And she said, did you not hear me? I have no legal obligation to this child. I'm not going to pay child support. So now I'm trying to get the sperm donor to pay child support because biologically he is my daughter's parent. So I want him to give me his half. I don't know what to do at this point, but I just think it's really messed up that somebody can just go donate sperm and then have nothing else to do with the kid that comes from it. Why don't sperm
donors that's the whole point
so
of
before
donate
you go
sperm,
into it, there was a
dumbass.
test case that happened in Kentucky. This was like back in like 2015, 2016, where a lesbian couple had a child and the child ended up with like some like mental defects and all this stuff. It ended up costing them more money on the back end. And they sought to sue the original sperm and won. So now the sperm donor is paying
That's
child
different.
support. Different situation, but I still feel like it's the same thing, right?
No.
Test case, but when you make points like this, then you kind of open it up to any and everybody. Like, if I go and get sperm, it's essentially a free sample from Costco.
Someone that
I can't demand the whole bag. Is all I'm saying.
As someone that is actually in the community of trying to conceive, I have a sperm donor. Well, we have a sperm donor. It's a contract that you sign.
Is it Quan? Because he looked over like, me? Why are you telling on me?
Go ahead and go, Jaggo. Give me some of that. So I'm just laying. I'm actually ovulating right now. It's like I'm just laying. But so in the contract, no, in the contract, it states that they cannot have any child support obligations, but medical is in there. They can have obligations for medical reasons, but not for like the child supporting the child for the rest of his life.
There's no way of knowing how my DNA will mutate with your DNA. So I might because that's how they test the semen.
It depends on what that sperm donor wrote in that contract.
True, but they do test the semen for different stuff like diseases and whatnot before they inject you. So once they do that, they have no way of knowing how my DNA and your DNA would mesh. So our DNA could completely clash. And now we got, a no arms, no eye baby.
Well, yeah, that's true. But most of the things that happen as far as birth defects and things like that are, it's medical or it's genetic.
Oh, the only reason why they won is because it was a male-dominated birth defect.
And it's probably genetic too.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. The whole medical history is written out. Not only do you got STDs or not, is what was your medical history?
What's your parents, grandparents?
Mental history for your family, and all of that is added in there. So this is what I feel. The reason why they won. She's full of shit. Take care of that baby.
Crazy.
You are a single mom now because your partner left you. Please go to hell. But the people that won the case with the medical, he could have left out something. Unfortunately, he could have not known, like you said, if
And
down
this is Kentucky,
generation,
right? Let's who's to say
it's common law too.
They tested every sample. Let's just say like they just collected and they never did it and they ran any of the tests, but then it goes back on the facility and not the sperm donor. And that's how I feel like that's what we have off here, right?
Well,
they could have sued the facility, but they couldn't sue the person.
They might have just got it from him, though.
In a lot of different cases too, you got to look at it as like a sperm donor could be anonymous, like. A lot of situations
No.
that are.
I'm saying if they sued him, they didn't go through no sperm bank.
No, they went through a sperm bank, but they got to, like they have catalogs for some people and they can pick the sex or they're not the sex, but they can pick the race and stuff like that. They handpick this person.
Well, he had to lie on his application. Because if it was a birth, he had to have something in his medical history, and but that's the thing. You can lie about mental and birth defects and stuff. You just can't lie about STDs. Because how would they know if your family had birth defects history or whatever? So he could have lied though. So. Or like you said, he could have not now. So, but and this lady case, like, please, girl, your wife left you.
Yeah, I was like,
so
that ain't got shit to do with nobody.
That's like if two heterosexual people conceived and one person leave. All right, that's like if y'all go get if two heterosexual people go get a sperm donor and a man leave you, you're a single mom. You can't go find.
Ain't nobody to sue.
Because heterosexual people do it all the damn time. That when a woman can't conceive, or if the man having a problem.
If I was her, I would go after the person I went into that commitment with. So your ex-wife or wife or whatever the hell y'all was.
Yeah, that got to be for some.
I'm gonna go after you for child support because we did this together.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna go after the sperm donor.
Bruh, this lady on Big O said that her and her girlfriend broke up. They was together for like 10 years. And by law in that state, they was not married. By law in that state, they had to get a divorce. And now she got to pay spousal support.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me tell you something. You better go take her ass to court because what do you mean? She can actually take that lady to court though. If if she got proof that they agreed to have this baby, they can even now, not if she didn't sign a birth certificate. She would have had to sign the birth certificate.
Does she have to though?
Yeah, to get.
Because I feel like if there was previous conversation, texts, y'all signed a contract to get the sperm donor and everything else, that means you were fully committed.
I guess it's different. I would actually don't know, but I know for a fact if she signed a birth certificate, she will have full responsibility.
We need to save these questions and get us an attorney on here to be asking them all kinds of weird ass shit. So we got questions.
And look it up. Because I ain't too much worried about it. I told Sean, we have a kid, you leave me out, start packing your shit. I'm packing that shit with you. What you talk? Oh, y'all, where y'all going this weekend? Y'all need
I'm turning over here looking at Sean. You just go.
What colors y'all need?
Y'all.
They going together. Not leaving me.
So you gonna be a single mom?
Yeah, she will be a single mother in these streets, and everybody be on Facebook
Party
telling
her,
she let her baby.
So did.
I'm be on there like.
She gonna be in Cancun somewhere like that.
I'll be taking a selfie like, and then I'm gonna go pick the baby up and go on lunch like. Spending time with my daughter.
With Junior.
like the men be doing. Didn't buy shit for him.
I came to her pick up my son. Okay.
And say, where that bag at? Why you ain't sending them nothing? All right, so the watch of the week last week was Freaknik. I hope y'all watched it. If y'all didn't, that's okay because it was, like I told you, it was about the history. Y'all ain't seen no ass on her. Y'all be all right. So this week and from now on, and the rest of y'all liked it before until y'all finish it. I don't care if y'all watched it before. I don't care if y'all finished it. If y'all finished it, enjoy y'all week. Okay, because I got something for y'all next week. But we are watching. Let me clear my throat when I say this. Handmaid's Tales. Listen, I know it's been out for 6 years, but the new season just came out.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The new season just came out.
I'm like, I stopped on season 3, like after.
Oh, we're on the same season.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, so we literally. But I'm telling y'all, this got us in the.
Because I stopped after she shook loose. She gave the baby to old boy in the helicopter. She was
No, the helicopter.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Maybe I'm a little head. I don't know.
No. She got in the helicopter. You talking about when she got the baby to the girl? We at the same.
Okay, yeah.
She got the baby.
She got the baby, but she went back and she was like, "I'm going back in the trenches."
I wanted to jump through
Dude,
that
and then when she
screen.
died,
I was like, "Girl, get on that plane."
When she died, it was.
Don't fucking start playing with me, cause she ain't died. She not.
I ain't seen. I was gonna say I ain't seen that part.
He must die in season 6 because I just watched the preview of season 6. So
All right.
don't fucking.
It might be a flashback.
Quad
don't know nothing about Netflix.
I ain't never watched Handmaid's Tale. I'm a grown man.
It's 6 seasons. It's really
good
though.
And it's a solid prediction of where we're headed.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, not him. He don't have to worry about it. You'll probably be a bodyguard.
Yeah, Quan gonna fall right in
You
line.
either a bodyguard, they gonna kill you, or you gotta be a commander. You gotta marry somebody. Oh no, they do got the regular people.
Yeah, they got regular people. The one she got killed would be fine.
The one, the milk. But no, he gotta be married.
He just couldn't have a Latina woman. Like that would be the only thing.
You can't be out here at a wedlock. You gotta get married. They gotta be married. Yeah,
he gotta be married, but he couldn't marry no Latina woman.
Why?
Everybody gotta be married.
White
you
girl?
have to marry the same.
Unless you a handmaid, which is a breeder.
I got Spanish with me.
A mother.
I'm good.
You
don't
Martha,
tell them that.
You got to be a handmaid or Martha. You got to be married, my boy, to be in a regular life.
I'll get married. It's not a big deal.
All right, let's play this clip. This is for the season 1 for the people who ain't seen it, and will.
That's how we let it happen. When they slaughtered Congress, we didn't wake up. When they blamed terrorists and suspended the Constitution, we didn't wake up then either. Now I'm awake.
You girls will serve the leaders and their barren wives.
I feel like I gotta start all the way
bear
over.
children for
Because I ain't watched it from the beginning in a minute.
We started over because we was on season.
There's an eye in your house. I want to keep on living for her.
Do not let them grind you down. You fight.
They should have never given us uniforms if they didn't want us to be an army.
Yeah, so it was actually it's actually very deep, and it seems like Taj said, it seems like that's where we're coming to, because it all started from them going under martial law. So they went under martial law. They was under martial law for like 3 months, and then they just started firing all the women from their jobs and taking their money out of their accounts and killing men that was like adulterers. Like if you not
put us all under martial law, I will be in Canada.
I am gone.
I'll be in Canada.
And Canada is like the refuge. They help it, but I'm like, I was thinking about like
either Canada
we can
or
fit
Japan.
Canada inside us. How they go help us all? They're gonna start moving.
It's either there or Japan. I'm trying to go as far as fucking possible.
So it's really, really deep. It's good. But I do feel like the way that this is what America want us to be like, to be for real. They just want us to have kids, shut up and work. But anywho, you watch it. It's 6 seasons. It's binge watch. It's binge watch worthy. So yeah. Anywho, the gag of the week, between this damn song and the eclipse, I don't know what's more funnier.
Oh, you hear the eclipse is making people kill people.
He said I'm a hoe with Sheen after the eclipse protection glasses. I ordered still deep fry my eyes. You heard that song? So this song has been viral on TikTok and everybody.
There was a lady who committed a whole murder. Pushed her kids out of a car after looking at the eclipse. It's the pregnant hold though.
All right.
Belly all out.
Anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will see y'all next week.
Stop buying shit from Shein.
Right, go to Temu.
Don't buy shit from there.
What's her name? Temme.